Good morning to you, or should I say top of the morning to you. I cut my finger last night. I was kind of shaving my head and switching out the clippers and reached in the box, and the razor blade was sticking up, and I went and just sliced my tip of my finger. Freaking hurts like a mug. Anyway, it's a little throbbing, but it's all cleaned up, so I'll just live with it until it heals up and the skin dries. So anyway, squirrel, hope you're having a good start. Today's a blessing day. If you woke up and you're watching this video, count your blessings, right? But a couple things, or at least two that I know of off the top of my head. Number one is change is inevitable. I know we have all heard that. Let me elaborate on it. I think change is necessary, but the real question is, to what degree, right? To what degree is change necessary, or how much of it? Change is good, because even when, and I look at one of my kiddos, I have a couple of grown-up kiddos, right? But I look at one of them in particular, who has it easy for the most part, right? Living at home. Unlike all her other friends, they've already moved out. They're paying rent. They got a car note, insurance, phone bill, etc., right? Living expenses, right? Utilities, food, all that. This one kid I'm, very proud of, works in the medical field, gone to college, is at the turning point where they don't know if they still want to stay in the medical field, because it can be depressing, right? Dealing with all the elderly people, and just seeing death, at any given moment. Not just old people, young people. I mean, the stories that she tells me, it's like, dang, like I just don't know if I could do that, or would want to work in a field like that, right? It's like working for the funeral home. I thought about that at one time. Anyway, she, as good as she's had it compared to her friends, and she knows it, she's like, we're the best roommates, right? Me and her mom. I think she's at the turning point, right? And this is the point of my topic here, is change is good. Change is necessary. Change is inevitable, right? And even when we don't really want a major change in our life, change is necessary, right? It is. It's necessary for us to go to the next stepping stone, the next chapter in our life, the next venture, the next whatever life has, waiting for us. Change is necessary, even when you're at the top of your game, you're at the cream of the crop, you're the head person in charge, you're the man, you're the woman, life is good, everything is going, flowing, you've gotten everything you wanted for the most part out of life, the perfect life, whatever. At some point, something changes in you, right? It's just not enough. It's, you're to the point where, and this let me say this, age is a factor in this, right? Because we get to a certain point in our life, like, I'm comfortable, I'm okay with no more changes. I think because our mindset is, we are tired, right? We are tired, and we're okay with no change. Part two. Sorry, I'm driving and there's a lot of traffic, and I'm trying to figure out whether to get off on the front edge of the access road or stay on the main road. But change is necessary, right? Change is inevitable for all of us, right? At some point. And I say this, enjoy the moment now. It'll change, right? Enjoy the company, whether that be friends, a partner, a husband, a wife, a pet animal. Enjoy the moment, because that moment will pass, right? Of course, life, the circle of life is we're born into this world, whether we're man or animal, and we die in this earth, right? So the circle of life. But as good as it can get, as good as you got it, it will change. I don't care if you're the most badass person in the world, even superheroes fall, even superheroes die. So part two, or the second topic, I should say, is I was thinking about the whole WW3, and isn't it just thinking about the flip-flop of it is, you know, in order to go into this new system, right, the NW, you know the rest, right? WW3 has to take place, right? WW3 has to take place, and you reverse that, you flip that, you get the NW, you know, the letter O. And it's just, we are headed to that new system, guys. Kicking and screaming, holler, I don't like it, whatever, because it's being forced on the remaining countries. And I will tell you this, if we make it out of this unscathed, without any nukes or anything like that going on, I can guarantee you that the remaining communist countries like South Korea and China will be taking notes, because it's inevitable that that's what's headed toward their countries at some point, right? At some point, they will be adopted or consumed by the new world system. And there's no getting around that. We're going from coins and paper to digital currency. Regardless of whatever we say or think, it will happen. Will it happen next year, in several years, in 10 years? It will happen. If God willing, you live that long enough, you will see it take place. So, the last topic, and then I'm going to end this, is, give me a second, let me take a drink here. The last topic is just make your time count. Do things that make you happy, right? Do things that bring you joy. Spend more time with your family, right? Spend more time doing projects. Spend more time figuring out what it is you want out of the rest of your life. Because it's going to pass, right? It's going to pass. This new generation, I keep saying this new generation, sound like an old man. This new generation of wokeness is taking a page out of our own government, because our government cancels other countries. This new generation has taken a page out of their playbook and now cancels out other businesses, people, ideas, right? You think about any TV shows that once were on that were kind of racy, I guess, or kind of pushing the borderline of certain languages. I saw an interview just yesterday, and I was looking at videos for Bruce Lee where he's like, you know, be like Walter, my friend. And the guy that was interviewing him was an older white guy. I can't remember, American, British, I think American. And he used the word Oriental, right? Not out of you know, meanness or derogatory or slandering him racially or anything like that. That was a word that was used back then. You can't say that no more, right? You can't say that it's offensive, right? Yet some of the words that we no longer say, right, then, because you don't really hear that term or word anymore, but some of the words that you've heard back then, some people are still saying it today. And it's like, we're never going to get past that unless you stop saying it. That means you too. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Have a blessed one. I'm getting closer to job site. So have a good one. Take care. Make it count. Right out.